Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Captain's Draft 4.0 Minor. This is for the land spot in Washington, D.C. Currently, it is 2-1 in favor of Team Empire versus Vega Squadron. And Captain's Draft, guys, it's always interesting. We never know what we're going to get. Sometimes we get total garbage lineups on both teams, and the game is a complete shit show. It's exciting.
I think the next 5 to 10 minutes pretty much decide the game in like 60% of the games. I think what happened in the last game, first of all, they didn't plan to play against a sniper, and also they didn't realize there was literally no offlaners in the pool. So these two things collided in this mixed match kind of shit show, and they ended up with offlane chaos now.
That's right.
It was messy.
As you can see from the last game, offlane chaos night, not great. Definitely not the stable offlaner you would go to every game, or even in any game.
You could see the potential of the hero in the game, right? When he got an item or two, he managed to get kills or picks. But as far as contesting the lane or pressuring at all, it just wasn't there, right?
Yeah, it was basically non-existent, right? They spent the entire game trying to help their Spectre get any sort of farm, but Team Empire, they had the setup, right? The Abaddon enabled them to open up that part of the map and just keep on pressuring.
So there's a few notable heroes in this pool. You spoke about Silencer last game, how influential he was in Empire's victory. Vanscore, he owned everyone. He had like nearly, what was it, 30 int or something. It was insanely high at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So
if that game would have kept going on, he would have been a big carry.
Yeah. Then other heroes that kind of stand out to me in this pool, PL and Nature's Prophet. They're the two that are alarm bells are ringing here, you know, like.
Dude, Nature's Prophet would be super good, right? There's no real like lane counters into this hero in this pool, looks like.
What would be a natural lane counter? Like Witch Doctor?
Well, Sven used to be the old one, right? But I don't know how good Sven is anymore. Just a hero that's not going to get totally shit on by the Furion, right? You want to wave clear, you want some way to initiate and to go on them. Like some teams play Chaos Knight into the Furion just because it's hard for Furion to auto attack to harass the CK because
you get rifted.
Exactly, you get rifted and then people follow up and kill him. That sort of thing. You want it to, you don't want to give him a free lane, right? Against these supports, he can bully.
Okay.
Empire's turn to
the Doom is removed. That's the third ban from Vega Squadron. I was thinking, like, since Captain's Mode increased the amount of bans, should Captain's Draft also increase the amount of bans?
I don't know. I feel like
the amount of heroes is still the same, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. So I guess not.
Okay.
I guess it shouldn't really be affected, but I'd like to see. It's just so weird because you get like 70% core heroes, right? Just because in general there are more core heroes than supports.
Yeah.
And then that always makes things really, really weird sometimes.
I think it makes it more interesting in general. Like, that people have to change their draft or their priority of picking based on the pool that they're given. You know, instead of every draft being like equal amounts of everything, it'd be kind of boring, right?
Yeah.
Now, I really like the fact that sometimes in these drafts, one team can get screwed. Like, actually screwed by a pick. There's no answer. I love that. You know, you have to prepare for this.
It happens quite often too, doesn't it? So Tidehunter comes out first. All right. When you look at the safe laners in this game, there's nothing that's actually very good against Tide. Faceless Void comes out. Is that A? All right, never mind. This is pretty good against Tide, right? You have tons of magic damage. You also have that Chronosphere Ice Blast combo. It's plenty to deal with this Tidehunter, especially in the late phase.
Shut your mouth.
That's right.
And even later on into the game, one of the strengths of Tide is being able to use the Kraken Shell when he's under stun lock and then Ravage to break up the team fight, but into Void, you know, it has no effect.
You know, Vega can counter this combo with the Silencer, right? You can global once the Chrono comes out, and then A is going to miss the Ice Blast, or it just won't be able to cast it at all.
This team fight from Vega is pretty intense already. Puck, a mobile, difficult hero. Oh my god. This is
team fight is through the roof right now for Vega.
It's the let's battle. So Team Empire, maybe they just pick up Silencer, take control of the team fights with one hero. Or is there too much team fight almost from Vega for that to be enough? Or...
I mean, it would still be good. The problem is that you have a big role conflict, right? Ancient Apparition and Silencer on the same team. It would be super weird. Zeus comes out. All right.
I was
I mean,
gonna
both teams, they have battling lineups, man.
Oh man, I see AA, Zeus, and Void. Any hero that's farming on the map can be killed in a matter of seconds, right? One Chronosphere with AA Ice Blast Zeus setup.
Yeah, luckily for Vega, Tide's a very good pipe carrier. And right now, all the damage on Empire is magical damage. Even Void's time lock, right? The bash is magic damage.
Do you think that's a glaring weakness from Team Empire's draft?
I think it's something that, as the game goes on, of course, once Tide does pick up like mech and pipe, right? It's gonna negate a lot of their damage.
Okay.
And it also opens up the possibility for like a Ember Spirit, for example. I guess there's a puck, so it's not going to happen, but it could have been potentially pretty bad for Team Emperor. Like Ember is super good into the Zeus, but puck's already been picked, so that's safe. I mean, what's the safe lane pool looking like for Vega? They've got nothing looks good, to be honest, right? Like,
what about a Bristleback? It's a bit weird, but he's difficult to gank. He does okay versus Zeus. He's, you know, he can just turn his back to him. The lane isn't too bad.
I guess at the very least, like when you play these really tanky heroes that don't die in Chronosphere,
yes,
I feel
exactly.
like Void loses a lot of power, right? And with the Bristleback and Tidehunter in the same team, it just limits his play options. Honestly, the other characters don't look very good, right? CK gets his illusions cleared instantly by the Zeus and just all this magic damage AoE. PL, same thing.
Same issue,
yeah. And then I guess there's the Spectre, but do you really want Spectre in this? Maybe Spectre's not that bad, actually.
You could go first item HUD into Team Empire. You'd be very, very tanky.
You'd be very tanky, but also very, very useless.
You know, you can't have everything in life, Brex.
That's true. You do have to pick and choose. Spectre, there we go.
As you said, it's going to be useless.
Well, if he goes for the hood.
It's not expensive. It gives you some early game sustain.
It actually is very cheap. It might not be that bad.
Yeah, shut your mouth. I want Shadow Shaman for the Vega Squadron. They have no tower push if they don't pick Shadow Shaman.
I think it's a very obvious silencer pick for them.
You think so?
Yeah, I think if it gives them a good way to take fights. It just counters the Chronosphere and Ancient Apparition combo.
Yeah.
So it's very nice. And then outside of that, like, what do you have to start fights, right? Earth Spirit, and he's gonna have to roll into this garbage. Looks pretty hard.
What do you play? You want someone who can get rid of all of these silences, right? What do we have? I've seen Envy run safe lane Dead Prophet, but I'm not too sure about it. Like,
you know, this could be the Nature's Prophet you were talking about in the draft earlier, right? It's a silencer
the
and
super global strategy.
Duo. Yeah, not only that, but it destroys the laning phase. And maybe that's what they need to get their lineup running off the ground, but what else is there?
It gives them some building clicking, which they heavily lack.
Oh, that's very true. Void and Zeus are not very good at hitting buildings at all. They're right. They might be the worst.
Zeus definitely is.
It's bad.
It's real bad. Like, who else? AA, terrible. Earth Spirit, terrible. That's why I was thinking Death Prophet and Nature's Prophet are their only heroes. Otherwise, they're just going to never do anything. They'll be able to kill everyone, but they won't be able to push a single building.
You know, the Death Prophet doesn't sound very bad at all, honestly. They could just throw the Zeus in the offlane and play Void in the safe lane and then DP mid too, if they don't want to go with the safe lane DP.
I think Zeus is well, that will work. Zeus benefits a lot versus the puck matchup. It's very hard to phase shift. They go for Nature's Prophet. Okay.
I think the DP definitely could have been a good choice though, for sure. Like you always pop the exorcism when you're initiating.
Yeah, so you do the global
sense doesn't do that much, and then yeah, exactly.
You build super tanky. You're not you're not stat based, so you don't have to worry about the tide, anchor smash. And you can even build Ghost Scepter and them kind of items, and Spectre can't really build an item to get rid of Ghost Scepter anymore.
Yeah, that is true.
Like the Fusel Blade with the changes no longer does anything.
Alright, so Shaden, what do you think about the lineups?
Okay, so Team Empire have insane pickoff. Like, the Earth Spirit can do it solo with the AA and the Zeus backing him up. The Nature's Prophet can do it, the Void can do it. All three of their heroes can roam around and use the other two to buff up their ganks. It looks really difficult. But then, if you look at who they're trying to gank, it's like Sand King, difficult, mobile, Puck, mobile, and then Tidehunter, beefy lad, difficult to kill. It makes it so, let me switch to the thing. It makes it, and then they have global on top of that. So, it's basically down to execution. If Empire can get off their ganks, they'll steamroll, in my opinion.
Yep, it's also how well they play around the global silence, right? If they can ever bait it out, or if you know, they can force them to use it without losing too many heroes, it could be very, very good.
But the situations that I spoke about are very low committal engagements.
They are.
So you don't really want to be global in for this Earth Spirit rotation, you know. But you might be forced to.
We're only talking about like the big 5-on-5 fights where both teams are clashing and they're all committed, but they'll probably do their best to avoid that and just take small skirmishes and play the map game, right? They have Furion and the Ancient Apparition, the global presence is there.
The one thing I actually didn't think about too much, the Spectre Haunt is pretty good against the Zeus Nimbus. Like the Nimbus, you can't choose the target it goes on, so if you haunt while he Nimbuses, it'll absorb quite a lot of damage.
That's true. It's also just good for getting on top of the Zeus, right?
Yep. G playing Puck against FN's Zeus. This lane is one of the, like, Zeus in general is not really an exciting laner, is he?
No, he just kind of zaps the priests over and over. That's about it.
The matchup though, like I always find it interesting how some Zeus players play. Like sometimes they try and focus down the range creep with the bolt, or they attack the hero with the bolt and they last hit the range creep with their hero. Like there's a good few ways to play this lane.
Yeah, it's also a lane where Puck is very strong against Zeus at level 6, right? When he has the coil, then people can rotate into his lane and could be very, very bad for him. By the way,
yes,
Zeus's level 25 talent looks amazing, plus 170 arc damage. Oh my god.
He might get to level 25, but if he does, 170 arc damage.
That's insane, isn't it?
300 damage nuke on a 1.6 second cooldown. Seems ridiculous. Okay, top lane.
That does seem ridiculous, and it bounces like 12 times too. Yeah, look at this lane, right? This is a tri-lane commander from Vega, and they're getting bullied. These supports do not handle Furion well at all, and neither does the Spectre.
So Ghostic's kind of set up to walk away with the game almost.
Well, he's definitely going to come out of the lane phase on top, and I guess it opens up the Earth Spirit to do what he wants, right? He can hit like his level 2, and then just go wherever. I guess the only real lane he can kill is the Tide, once he hits the Boulder Smash, right, with the Chilling Touch.
Yep.
But even him just doing this, right, making the supports run around, gives Ghostic the 1v1 against Spectre. It's miserable, right? It's just going to get clicked down. And even this, like, with no boots on the silencer, if Earth Spirit gets behind him, it could definitely destroy him.
Bottom lane should be fine for Tide though, right? He should start to get farm pretty soon when he gets...
Yeah.
It's not a difficult lane. The Anchor Smash is really good against Void. Oh, Vanscore gets that rune. And he's going to walk up and collect the other one too.
Nicely done. Ghostic.
Ghostic.
Gives him the old clickaroo.
I was not watching that.
I mean, either Earth Spirit got 2 and he uses his abilities.
Earth Spirit will do that to you, really.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
What items do you expect to see from the Zeus? Do you go straight Ags? What's the build these days?
No, I don't know. There's that the Kia, right?
Oh yeah, true.
Amp. Oh, look at Vanscore sniping at the Cur. He's smoked up. He's just waiting, but nothing's coming. Is Puck close to any items? He is. He's close to his Null Talisman, actually.
Okay.
But the smoke's gonna run out before, I think.
This is a pretty cool play, though. He has no ward to place down. Oh, he might get it.
He's gonna leave before it expires. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give up. Ooh.
Oh, it's 3 minutes anyways.
Oh, it automatically upgrades. What a load of hoopla. I'm actually not a fan of that automatic upgrade stuff. Slayer? He goes for the TP, just a safe play. Takes quite a lot of damage, but he gets out in the end.
You know, we're kind of seeing the same problem from the roamer on one team again as we did last game, right? The last game it was the Undying on Slayer where you couldn't really make anything happen in any of the lanes and Sankey. It's kind of the same trend this game, right? Like the Zeus is always so far back that he can't get to him. In the bottom lane, it's the Tidehunter going there, doesn't do anything. And then top lane's also like a lane that's, you know, they're losing as well. Where can he go?
He's getting the beat down on his Spectre in the top lane.
Yeah, it's rough stuff. And Rule comes in too.
Stun on top. Ghostic claims another.
Yep, nicely done. And this just, it does not get better, right? Silencer's not going to be able to get like anywhere near being able to help with this lane at all.
Huh. Well, if you compare the games though, right? This game and the last game, the Spectre in the last game to the Spectre in this game, there's a lot more kind of, like, first of all, they have ways to nuke out the waves, they have the puck
That's true.
to stall, they have good team fight on top of that. You know, and the heroes on Empire are a lot squishier and more susceptible to Spectre, so it's a lot better of a Spectre getting mid lane. G's getting initiated on by Slayer, or FN is, sorry. He turns it around, and alright. Slayer's at it again.
Yeah, rough stuff.
Yep. Having that Nature's Prophet TP available at all times, it's such a game changer.
Yeah, but definitely, it's really strong, right? It helps protect your lanes against this sort of aggression. Up top, Ghosted. Might go down.
When comes from Poshka, it's not enough.
Older stun was so good.
He hit all three. Can they? Oh, I don't know what. Vanscore's here, but I'm not sure what he's up to. Poshka. Holy crap! He lived. The dagger. It's.
Oh no, he's good. Okay.
It was so close. He didn't have the vision, so he tried to like fog. Shoot it into the
You
fog.
gotta click it on the ground.
Yeah.
Well,
Unfortunate
all right,
stuff.
Okay, so I was saying that they can't really make any plays with their 4, right? But I guess they have this the Tidehunter against the Void, right? It's a very good matchup for the Tide. Like,
Yeah.
it's not easy for them to kill this guy at all. So once he has the Ravage, they can play off of him. But up top again, Jesus, this is it's rough stuff for the Spectre, right?
Yeah, he is doing okay CS wise, but
The deaths are bad, and it's gonna get worse when Zeus is 6. Look at this.
I'm just
actually,
waiting, waiting for the Zeus to hit the Ags. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be good. Look at this rotation from Zeus. It's very unusual to see this, right? Zeus is just casually leaving the lane at level 5 with just no ultimate or anything, no TP, just to gank the Tidehunter.
And Silent he's not even level 6. You know, if Silent was level 6,
Yeah.
you'd say, you know, maybe there's a prediction possible, but
Usually you would just wait for the 6 and then Zeus would like TP down in the trees, right? So they know what's gonna happen for sure. But I guess him walking down isn't that bad either, because look at where Slayer is. He's been looking for but he knows he's gonna get ganked, right? With Puck 6 and Sankey off the map.
As you spoke about that like straight away.
Yeah, so he knows that that's gonna happen. So it's actually not a bad play from him at all to avoid that.
Afterlife is dead.
He's very dead. It's a very unexpected play, and it's very smart.
Oh, Slayer and G are rotating in for it though. Can they catch him out at the bounty run? I think FN will definitely turn to the left, and he might meet his demise. Oh, if he dream calls, maybe the TP's enough. No. But he's trying to turn it around. He's just guffing.
He's guffing hardcore.
They find Spectre farming neutral creeps with the intel gained from the Zeus ulti, so it's not a complete waste. They roll in, GTP's in on the puck. Very nice rotation. And Poshka might get Dream Club. He does indeed. Handing kills to the Spectre is not ideal, really. So
No, not at all.
just because of G's amazing rotation, that turned from disaster to great. And also this ward, right?
Down bottom, Afterlife, Ghostic TP's in. There's a chain touch. Big punish. Oh, goodbye.
Ghostic gets the last hit. Nicely played.
Nicely done. And you're right. I mean, look at the gold lead at this point. It's only a 1,000 gold lead after like smashing the lane phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least this top lane.
G denies the ward. It's a big deal now that they changed the bounties on the wards, actually. Denying them wards can't.
What is it different? They give experience?
Yeah, they have a lot of experience now.
Okay.
Oh, G gets a deny on the range creep. I honestly, when I see these 1v1 matchups, I think denies in certain circumstances can actually tilt the opponent mid laner into making like bad movements. You know what I mean? Like you can deny, you can like deny a creep, and then when you get it, you can make him move further forward. You know, you can do a lot of mind games in these mid lanes.
Yeah, and there's even taunts too. You can do a lot of things to tilt your opponents. Alright, smoke up.
Player C silent.
Yeah.
Silent. They have the lockdown. G has the silence. It's only level 1. He could have got the name. That was close. That was actually very close to getting the time walk off.
Yep, and it's a 5-man rotation for that though. You know, I guess it's still not a bad kill, right? Getting the Void off the map is really, really good. And now they're transitioning into some tower damage in the bottom lane, but I don't actually know how much damage they can do with this. I feel like Void can just TP back, and then he should be fine because there's no puck lingering.
Spectre, not the best building clicker.
No, he's very bad as well.
Yes. Oh, top lane Afterlife might be in trouble here. They TP and puck. He commits the Ravage. FN tries to walk out of it, but doesn't get it. Zeus ulti used. They know now that it's only G and Afterlife. Can they turn a Sprout? Very nice Sprout. That's about all that happens. Alright, does FN have no mana? Yeah, okay. I was very confused. But FN having no mana is definitely the back off signal. That could have been so much different if FN had mana, right?
Yep, exactly. The Tide barely lives there. You know, that's a big deal. That's with that rotation failing. But alright, Silence got Chronosphere up. There is a Spectre in front of him. Ghostic has TP. Perhaps if... Yep, look at that. The potion's coming down, and I expect... Alright, they know.
The real you backs up.
Mid lane. Keeping to the mid lane, but...
Oh. They have Bolt in one. Range isn't enough.
Not gonna get him.
Well, one of the weaknesses of this new Kia item is you don't have the range, the cast range from the lens that you had previously, which is a surprisingly big deal on Zeus, right? You need. It
is a big deal.
Like massive deal, actually. You have to put yourself further forward.
He doesn't have to go for the Kia though. He can still go for the lens just so he can cast his spells from a safer distance, right?
Yeah. It seems like he is going for it though. Which...
Yeah, he is. I mean, it seems like a really good item on Zeus, right? It gives you magic damage. It gives you the reduced mana cost on your spells because Zeus is super mana reliant.
He doesn't have the mana talent at level 10 out of G. Going for the solo kill on Vanscore. Oh, yeah. Cleans it up nicely. Can they turn this around? Oh, bottom lane. They get the Spectre and the Silencer.
How did that? That was without the Chronosphere too. Very nice.
Holy crap. Just the combo, right? The Nature's Prophet ulti plus the AA or the Zeus ulti.
Yeah, just a bunch of damage.
Jeez, Afterlife's very tanky, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like
the phase booster on right clicks just tickle him at this point.
They did nothing. He even has Oblivion stuff. You know, he's quite farmed.
Yeah, he is very farmed in the Furion.
Oh, whacking him.
He's whacking him real good.
He does a pretty decent damage, actually. What's Afterlife doing? He's putting himself at great risk here.
He's taking the big bird for himself.
Ravage gained. He still has it, right? Has he used Ravage? No. Oh, he did. He used one Ravage.
He used one.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember at top lane when FN was working out.
Yeah.
Man. It's got an awful... Top lane. Mikoshka. He uses Spectre on 2G. This is a Chronosphere, man. He hits the Chrono on everyone, but the global is just too late.
Too slow.
It was so close. Can they catch Slayer as well? No, he is.
Man.
Okay, that's global use though.
I guess to be fair, he would probably still die, right? He didn't have a TP scroll to like TP out in the global or anything like that.
So you're saying he shouldn't have global at all?
I guess so. Because I think he was dead no matter what. He was simply in too deep, and he already used the dagger like earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he had no chance of escaping anyways. I don't know.
Are they trying to set up bottom? It seems like it. A difficult
Ice
kill on Afterlife. They do a lot of damage on Ghostic. They have a Zeus ulti if required. Oh, well.
My god, that's a lot of damage.
He's secured. Top lane, silent, going for Slayer. Oh, FN's here. Double kill for FN on his Zeus. Very nice.
Alright, so the gold lead isn't that far in favor of Empire, right? 1k at 12 minutes still. They haven't extended their gold lead, but I guess now they will with this tier 1 tower. But the puck is super farmed on Vega, right? He has Veil, Blink Dagger at 12.5 minutes. That's super fast. Like, it's an insane time.
Yeah, it is. 12 minutes? Holy crap. What can they find with it though? They're TP the puck top. Like, if you know someone's like the mid laner, for example, G is super farmed, do you just play away from him? Like, you have a very mobile team, or do you just run into him? Apparently they want to run into him. So you... Oh, Slayer.
Alright,
That was ambitious.
well, it was. Ideally, you'd want to play away from him, right? But Puck is so good at getting himself into these team fights. Though I guess there is always that the Chronosphere, right? The Chronosphere, if he gets hit by that, he is gonna die, like no matter what.
FN's just messing with you here. Okay, Silencer, a very good counter to the Zeus. You know, you just apply the Arcane Curse, and Zeus can't constantly spam out all the spells.
Yep.
This is all just space creation as well for the bottom lane.
That's true. This tower is dying very, very quickly. Tide can't pull the creeps off the tower because Freerun can make his own creeps.
Madness.
Exactly. It's insane. And he almost has Orchid. He's gonna have it at like 15 minutes. Actually, he has it after this tower, right?
Can they...
Yeah.
Can Vega counter this one? No, they have no answer.
No spells up.
In fairness, I don't think they're too worried about it, right? They still have Spectre kind of farming. Let's check out the net worth. How's it going?
Honestly, when Freerun farms and you get super fat, it doesn't really do anything to Spectre, right? Like, his items that he builds aren't going to ruin Spectre's game in any way. It actually doesn't do anything at all.
Poshka just dodging the gank bottom in a very nice position, maybe. Did he get spotted? I think he did, yes. Can he live here is the question. They TP and they're committing a lot. Silent! Hits the Chrono on 2. The global is used again, just a little bit too late. What is the follow-up? AA blast hits over everyone. Zeus ulti on top. Oh my god, Silent gets the lead. Can he turn this around? The 1 bash, 2 bashes, G comes in too. Fan score, he might be able to predict it. FN catches him going the other way. Oh, he just misses. That's the change. Man. If he had lens,
that was he's dead.
It's just a comfort thing. Sometimes you're can they just profit catch him? No,
he's out.
Yeah, it's like a comfort thing, right? You're used to having the lens. You understand the range. You know, it's 15 minutes into the game. Zeus would always have a lens, so he plays. Honestly,
like he does. The cast range for Zeus is such a big deal.
Yep.
Right, that's like how he stays safe in these fights because he can cast from so far away.
What do you think of that fight?
I think that fight was super lucky for Empire, right? Like the Chrono came out and then Void happened to live with like 100 HP. It was very good for Empire. And that was through the Global Silence, so now they're in a bit of an awkward spot where Empire can probably just run anywhere.
They catch G out. Do they have any follow-up? In comes the roll and the Poshka. Oh, he hits the silence! That timing was so crisp, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was excellently done. It was played so well too that like you know, like he knew how long he'd be stuck in the trees for and everything, and he still clips him with the stun. It was very well executed. Honestly, Miposhka is quite the Earth Spirit player.
He really is, isn't he? Like, Earth Spirit, fundamentally the hero's got like no changes, but his spells have become slower and slower and more difficult to land over the...
Yep. Just become harder and harder to execute properly, but these players are so good, man. It doesn't even feel like the hero's nerfed. He still feels strong a lot of the time.
That amount of disable is ridiculous. Let's have a look. Check out the items. What items are coming up? What items are big? We have the Orchid on Ghost Stick, I guess is the biggest one. We saw that demonstration.
Shadowblade soon on Faceless Void.
Okay, some initiation. And also Shadowblade on Ghost Stick. Double Shadowblade.
Yeah, the Silver Edge, right, against the Tide could be pretty good. They can Silver Edge him and Orchid, so we can't get the disable Kraken Shell. And then they actually might have enough damage to kill him outside of the spells, because he's got a hood for the spells, working on a pipe. On the side of Vega, I guess Slayer almost has his Blink Dagger. That's going to be pretty big.
Okay.
About 400 gold from that. Aloha Dance has his Mask of Madness, so he's going to farm out of control. Hopefully, I guess. And then Puck's working on Yules.
This timing is it slower than the Spectre in the last game farm was? It feels slower.
Actually, it feels slower because I feel like the game is faster, right?
Okay.
I don't actually know if it was slower though, but it feels like Empire have control of the game, right? They're the ones that dictate what happens where, who makes the moves. Like, look at this mid lane.
They get the Chronosphere on 2G and the real huge go down.
Well, that's the Shadowblade debut, right?
Holy crap! Well, okay.
Like, how can they move out on the map
Top
against
lane?
this? It's just so much damage.
Can they find Slayer? Oh,
Zeus
ulti comes down. They get the first silence. The second silence to follow. He can use the trees to scout. Okay, Slayer's still on.
Alright, Slayer's gone.
He's good. He's good. It's all distraction. That's very well played from Slayer. Good jukes. You know, it doesn't change too much, but maybe not having the Nature's Prophet there means that they push a little bit slower. They do a little bit less building damage to their tier 3 tower. You know, it adds up, all these things.
Yeah, it's definitely good to get that unhealable damage on the tier 3 towers, right? When you chip away at it, it makes that next push that much easier. But, alright, I guess Vega have some more items coming in, right? Tidehunter's super close to Blink Dagger, Sandking just picked his up, maybe that's what they need to win a fight. Because,
double blink.
yeah, honestly, it's hard to make good use of Global Silence if you can't initiate on top of it, right? If you can jump in with the Sandking stun, then pop the Global Silence, then you can also get the Epicenter off, or if Tidehunter can blink and Ravage and then follow up with the Global, then it's a bit different.
Top lane, they initiate when Poshka's blink. He has one to answer. G has no counter for this silence. He's going to tick down to the orc. Where is he? He lives. He dies, yeah. When Poshka top lane gets the stun off on 2. They're just melting. They use the Ravage. Oh my god, that's huge for Vega. They get a double kill on this
Spectre. Is up in 5 seconds.
It's not enough, is it?
With the it is.
Oh, with the Kia!
Oh boy.
I don't think the Kia affects it, but you know it's still pretty crazy.
I just like when you say Kia. Because that's not the name of the item.
Oh, well, you know, you pronounce it your way, I pronounce it my way. Potato, potato.
It's Irish.
How would you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Kia. Exactly.
Silent. It's Kia.
Silent in the bottom lane. Free tower.
You know, it's crazy how much they can make happen with all these globals, right? That was 2 people in the top lane, and then they have all the global support to assist, and they got, what, 3 kills there?
Bottom lane, Silent, looking for a kill. He sees G.
Oh,
this could be bad, though, if they global him. If the global isn't up, he's down. The AA blast hits. Oh, the Yules is applied. Can he just click? Will he tick down, is the question. I don't think so. Alright.
He's fine. Alright.
Very nice. That's stun. From Slayer, saving the day.
Yeah, big time.
Like if you check out the positioning of Empire, right? You have Void in the bottom lane looking for kills. In the mid, Miposhka with his Blink Dagger on the Earth Spirit. All of these heroes have solo kill potential because of the global presence of all the other heroes.
That's right, and with their spacing on the map like this, they are preventing Vega from farming safely, right?
Like just stuff like that, like how FN's playing right now. You know, just a zap. Top lane.
Is it a reveal? There it is.
They managed to get the kill. Can they turn this around? Zayet's on his. Oh, they're getting a bit. They're going for everything. Global is applied. Yule's on the puck. He silences afterwards. Slayer's coming in. He's looking for kills, but it's not really working out for him. Zayet's gets
silence coming in the back too. No chrono though.
Okay. Top. We have the Blink Rabbit.
Oh my god.
What? How did he die? Blink silence?
Yeah, he had the silence on top of him as he came out of the face, so he couldn't blink because he took damage. The timing was so good.
Alright, I missed that, but dear lord, right? 39 seconds on Zeus. You have a Nature's Prophet. You are playing into a Ravage though. A Blink Ravage. That's pretty spooky, right?
It is spooky for sure, but do they? I don't know how much damage they have to follow it up, right? Who are they gonna kill? I guess
Epicenter.
Yeah, there's Epicenter, Puck. And then Puck is damage as well, but it's all spells, right? So it's not really scaling super hard until they get the Spectre damage.
I don't know if you want to fight them late game though. Like while, yeah, sure, they only have Spectre for the late game presence. It's enough, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, especially for heroes like AA, right?
AA, Zeus, Nature's
Zeus,
Prophet.
Fury,
Yeah, none of these lads can deal with that.
Oh, that's gonna help him a lot. The Aegis picked up on Faceless Foot. He also has a BKB, so he can get his Chronosphere off if it happens to go up before Global.
I just thought about Zeus getting a Refresher Octarine Ags, and then getting the Refresher Shard, and hitting someone with 3 Nimbuses. Jesus Christ. That sounds so intense.
Yeah, it does. It sounds disgusting.
Poshka in the bottom lane. Oh!
Whoop!
Roll on home, Poshka.
Nicely done.
Oh, and he turns around for a little cheeky urn. Oh my god, look at this. TP in from Void. Silent on the right hand side. Everything is used. They're focusing onto Maposhka, but he gets the silence off. Silent PKBs. AA ulti on top. It hits the real you. He just goes down to Silent G, trying to evade on the left hand side. Slayer, Maposhka! He just keeps hitting them with the rocks. Holy crap. His Earth Spirit is phenomenal.
Yeah, fantastic plays.
G, no TP available. Ghostic is hitting your tier 3 tower, and you have no TP.
Oh boy, this is rough stuff.
He's gonna get the tower, isn't he?
Yeah, he is dying so fast.
Holy crap. Silencer TP's in, but it's too little too late. Puts the little treants onto the range rack, some unhealable damage there. Nature's Prophet thought about going for the courier, then he... That is the relic, that might have been big. He won't have the radiance by the time anyway, so...
Yeah, he needs 1,000 gold. So, while the Global Silence is good at dealing with these spellcasters like the Zeus and the Ancient Apparition, Faceless Void has so much damage at this point that you can pretty much kill any hero in Qualifier except the Tidehunter, right? Like, he doesn't need the extra backup of the spells.
Yeah, you mean solo, right?
Yeah, he can solo kill these heroes without the
but if there's no global, he kills anyone. Like, there's so much follow-up.
Exactly, so... It's getting pretty scary because the Global Silence is definitely an ultimate that falls off into the game as people get more items to deal with the silence, right?
Van score? You very rarely see an Ancient Apparition ganking like
just
this.
running.
They're going in. They get him. They AA blast on top. He's gonna go down very quickly. They use everything just to secure it in the mid lane. We have Silent finding Zayets. He's actually very slow from the gush, but you know, 2 clicks, and there's your silencer down.
Yep, and they still have Chronosphere available with the Aegis.
Jesus. BKB.
He has Silver Edge now too, so we can hit the Tide in it, and then he'll remove the Kraken Shell.
Yes. Oh,
very nice, very nice.
Poshka's just dancing with them. They're waiting on a timing though. What? I guess they're just getting the shrine, taking their time. Pipe. There it is. That was it. Pipe complete.
Is that go time with the
It's
pipe?
definitely go time.
Wow, just like that, huh?
Yeah. Well, it nullifies probably all of G's damage, right?
Yeah, it's true.
And G is... He was at one stage the most farmed hero in the game. He definitely is starting to fall off, but it's a lot down to how he has to play, right? He couldn't farm anyway. Generally, when you play Puck, you feel immortal. In this game, he had Maposhka and Ghostic with their silences constantly ganking him, constantly fighting him.
Yep, they've been making great plays to kill the Puck. Like, Puck is still not that easy of a kill, right? But they were setting up on the side lanes with the Earth Spirit and Furion, so they killed him quite a few times.
Silent. Finds. Oh my god, he has DT. Global if you wish. Okay. What now? Global expended.
Now he runs.
He is dead. There is no way you live, sir. I'm afraid. The bash is used. They use the Zeus ulti on top to gain some vision and maybe cancel a Blink Dagger, Blink Ravage. G comes back. They still have Blink Ravage, but you know, that's about it. They blink Anchor Smash. Oh, and he gets silenced instantly. Maposhka and Ghostic are not allowing G to do anything. He gets the Ravage off. Dreamcoil used. Ghosting BKB's Afterlife's just getting clicked. Silent Move presses forward. Slayer's looking for an epicenter, but there's just none available.
This might be game shared. I don't see any way they can fight. Like, Haunt is up, but he still doesn't have radiance. Maybe he sells his... I don't know.
Sell the boots.
Sell the boots in Aquila? He did sell the boots, actually. Okay.
Slayer goes in with the epicenter, hits on 2. This is the Radiance Hunt. This is their last stand. This is all they have. The real you just evaporate. Silent is godlike. GG is cold. And Empire are going to the captain's draft. Minor.
Hey.
Oh.
Why'd you say minor like that?
I was just...
Minors are exciting too. Yeah, congratulations to Empire. 3-1 victory over Vega. We will see them in Washington, D.C. Nicely played. Honestly, I think maybe Team Empire was the best team in the tournament by